So you may have noticed I had a issue with muffled audio last video. Figured out that OBS decided to use my webcam and not my proper microphone. So, well, let's hope this video goes better, shall we? Hello, I am Lunar Wolf. Today I am joined with Albedo. He is my juvenile black and white king snake. California king snake specifically. Is in this. So I have to completely redo this recording session because my mic decided to keep cutting me out. Um, so let's get into it again, shall we? With a little bit more enthusiasm than the prior clips, because wow! I was really nervous, wasn't I? Petco, stop clipping your bird's wings. Yeah, please? The only reason why I'm targeting Petco this video is because every PetSmart I have been into in my local area does not clip their birds' wings, from what I've seen. And Petco, take notes, please. I know PetSmart is a rival company. Please take notes and don't clip your birds' wings. So, before all these angry comments come in here, flooding and blah blah blah, basically, to clip a bird's wings is to clip their primary flight feathers. By clipping their primary flight feathers, it makes it very difficult for them to fly, and they aren't entirely flight capable. That being said, it does not eliminate their flight overall. They can still glide a few feet. This is not permanent for most birds because of something they do, which is called molting. For those of you who are in the exotic pets community may have spiders. They molt. With birds, it's a little different. It's they drop their flight feathers, or they drop their feathers and they regrow. With smaller birds, it can take a few weeks for a bird to completely molt, but with larger birds, it can take years. And sometimes it can be permanent depending on the bird. Now, I really hope that makes sense, because woo, I do not want to record this again. So, why would somebody clip their bird's wings? Well, there are multiple reasons, like to prevent birds from running into walls, windows, ceiling fans, all completely valid, and I understand why. But there are a whole lot more cons to this, and it can actually cause more issues than good. A bird at first running into walls and windows is completely normal, especially if they are in a new environment, a new setting, if you will, because they don't know the layout of the land yet, and they will learn pretty quickly that there's a wall there, and they just will stop because they're really intelligent animals. Birds are super intelligent. It's commonly known, fairly commonly known, that they can have the intelligence of a 2-year-old human child, which is pretty damn smart for an animal. So yeah, they will learn really fast that there's a wall or a window there. So, clipping their bird's wings to prevent them from doing that could actually cause them to run into it more often, and they won't be able to properly learn or confidently learn how to fly. It is also really important that birds still have their wings, like, not clipped, so that way if you have, like, cats or dogs, for example, and they somehow made it into your room where your bird's, like, flying around or just walking around in the case that your bird has clipped wings and it just can't fly, they can't leave a dangerous situation or potentially dangerous situation like your cat, and it will be easily caught. And there have been experiences from bird owners with clipped wings that their birds are more nippy with clipped wings than they were without, because they can't fly away from danger like they normally would. Which, honestly, if you were a bird, got your wings clipped and couldn't fly, would you be a little nippy too in some dangerous situations? Put yourself in the shoes of your bird. On the topic of the intelligence of your bird, you can totally train your bird like aerial commands with how intelligent they are. It is entirely possible, and I highly recommend
on doing that, because honestly, great bonding experience for you and your bird. And you'll have something cool to show off to like your friends and family if they come visit or whatever, you know?
Clipping a bird's wings at a young age could also make it so they can't ever fly properly. They wouldn't even be able to land safely as well. Like, you'll have to go through and teach that bird how to fly yourself, like you would if you had to rehabilitate somebody who lost the ability to walk. Like, they'll have to completely relearn how to walk and run and all that stuff. Same thing would happen with birds. Clipping a bird before it fledges or learns to fly as a baby can negatively impact the development of its brain, vision, motor skills, bones, behavior, and flight ability later in life. A baby bird clipped or confined to a small cage at the age it should be flying, exploring, and problem solving is receiving unnecessarily low levels of exercise and enrichment. Worse yet, it can be very difficult for a bird to learn to fly once this sensitive period of development has passed. Another very important thing to note is if you incorrectly clip your bird's wings or feathers, you can cause potential blood feather issues and can damage the wing follicles. Where parrots have clipped primary feathers, the molting sequence of these birds renders them vulnerable to damage of their growing blood feathers. Clipped birds have their first blood feathers growing down without the normal protection of full-length feathers laying next to them. These unprotected blood feathers are vulnerable to being broken and profuse bleeding can occur. Now, this video is made due to pure research and personal opinion. I will also leave a video in the description by Soda Pets where they go over it and they can do it in a much better way than I possibly could because I do not have any experience with birds. Now, that being said, I am not a veterinarian, so if you have any questions regarding clipping your bird's wings, and which if you need to, definitely go to your trusted avian veterinarian or exotic vet. Please do that. Get their professional opinion on it because there are some rare instances where birds with like disabilities and sometimes just clipping your bird's wings is the best thing you can do for that bird. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.